Apparently it's, yeah, we're on done.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll take this. You go to work. Or you need this.
I'll take
was on the wonderful girls swim team. I was a scared freshman who knew no one, but through that sport, I was able to meet some of my best friends and swim with girls that should legally be classified as fish. Being able to play a sport here at the Academy is one of the best things it has to offer. It's one of our first introductions to the school where people from all walks of life can meet to achieve one common goal. Sports give us an opportunity to create bonds that are unique to every team. You can never quite form a family as close as a sports team. You fail together, won together, and nothing brings people closer together than a ring down season. This year was full of quite eventful memories and accomplishments. Both boys and girls swimming broke so many records this year. JV field hockey won a game this year. Craft won their division game within their league. JV girls basketball had won their greatest seasons yet, and maybe got rude. So we all know the best highlight of this year. Also, this year, so many of our seniors committed to amazing schools in order to take their athletic careers to the next level. So as your teammates and friends come up to get their awards, make sure to cheer as loud as you can and congratulate them for not only their athleticism, but their character and positivity that they brought to each team. Thank you. And now to welcome Dr. Sutter.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
And first, it would be remiss if I didn't congratulate the seniors on defeating the faculty at the annual soccer. As ever, there were some questionable calls that ended up being a 6-5 game, which I think is the highest scoring game in this fixture. But it was a great game. Congratulations, and we will beat you next year. Going back to my all-school meeting announcement where I was looking for the double in 2018, the faculty to meet the seniors and for England to win the World Cup in Russia in the coming months. I now think it's probably more likely that England will win because they don't have to kind of double up on the faculty win. So I'm feeling better about that. So thank you, faculty, for not trying too hard. Mr. McKenzie, we scored a hat-trick today. It's not quite enough, but great job. So welcome to the 2017-18 Athletic Awards. Another great year, as Kenny mentioned, for LFA Athletics. Great success throughout the athletic program, including kind of the addition of new and very popular PE options. It's especially heartwarming for a head of school to see the involvement of the entire community in the athletic program. And athletics is a vital part of the Academy's education and our experience. In fact, sports athletics is kind of rite of passage at the Academy, as every student will put on a taxi uniform at least once a year to represent the school. And I'm always pleased to see how the LFA teams play at all levels, varsity, JV, JV2. They always play with, I think, passion, and it always makes me very proud that the players put each other and the teammates kind of first, and the experience really above perhaps at times winning. And I think that's something that sets us apart. Our facilities continue to be first rate, and next year it's very exciting. Sorry, seniors, but these things happen. To contemplate the addition of the turf fields. The turf fields, especially for field hockey, softball, lacrosse, and also for football and soccer practices. It's going to be pretty exciting to have them. I know Mr. Madeley is very excited not to have to cancel games and practices. It's going to impact the entire school community. And so I think it really makes it an exciting time for athletics here, which is obviously an important part of our mission. As Kenny said, this year the taxi teams saw considerable success. I'll just make add some highlights. But also mention that often we're playing games against local public schools, some of which are 10 times or more our size, and yet we hold our own and in many cases beat them. Some highlights: field hockey won the St. Louis tournament this year in their bracket. Football, That is American football, went 6-1. Boys Association football. Beat Stevenson, which I believe is a pretty big school.
Yes.
And Lake Forest High School was so afraid to play us that they cancelled the fixture. That is true, right, Smiley? Exactly. That is true. I'm not making that up. Boys basketball and the Mundline tournament. As Teddy said, the swimming program. A lot of records in that swimming pool this year. It was excellent. The squash team went undefeated. Some of you didn't even know we had a squash team. And it was undefeated. Track hockey won impressive 27 games.
I didn't play any.
Oh, 31 on top. I counted 27. Okay, sorry. And boys tennis, I think particularly deserves a shout out. I think the best season I've seen for many years, and they defeated a number of those big, large, local public schools in a number of tournaments. So I think a shout out to the boys tennis. And we also, the academy continue to prove we're able to compete while maintaining very high standard of academics. We've also, in that role, had the pleasure of watching and being part of the development of several athletes who will be going on next year to play in Div 1 and Div 3 programs. I think there's 12 we've committed, and maybe 2 more that might be joining them, which is a great legacy for Lake Forest Academy. In closing, I just want to emphasize the importance of athletics to a great education. In saying so, I'm not simply talking about being fit or competing, participating. It's about the other aspects of our mission. The importance of building character through athletics. The importance of building teamwork and responsibility through sports. And the importance of good sportsmanship and citizenship. And it's through our athletics program, the work of our coaches, the participation of you, the athletes, and the support of our parents and alumni, the LFA makes you better students and better people. So good luck to our seniors next year at college, and to the returning students, I encourage you to be even more passionate about athletics next year. Go Taxis and go England this summer. And I'd just like to welcome to the stage Carrington and Cedric, who are going to be starting.
When it cools off tomorrow,
I thought it was supposed to be the same all weekend long.
The girls cross country
it's supposed to be in the
This girls cross
I thought it was
country
gonna be
MVP was a
tomorrow
testament
and
to
Saturday.
what hard work and dedication can do. Committing to training over the summer, she came into the season with the best shape of her career. She took advantage of this preparation by attacking each workout and each race with stellar. She set new personal records almost weekly, ending the season running under 21 minutes for the 3-mile, as well as being a medalist for the LFA Invitational. More valuable than these accomplishments, however, was the consistent poise, grace, leadership, and team spirit that she demonstrated daily. A 4-year varsity letter winner and co-captain this season, as voted by her teammates. Congratulations to Kennedy Hayes.
Boys cross country MVP by Mr. Chomsky. As voted by his fellow runners, this year's MVP led by example and showed excellent effort in every race and every practice. As a result, he finished first for LFA in all but one race. His 5K PR was at the LFA invite by 90 seconds, and his 3-mile PR was at NICE by 2 minutes. He showed the most consistent improvement on varsity this season. The good news is that we get to have him back for one more season. Congratulations to David's son.
Thank you. Terrific.
Coach Jones from girls volleyball says that this girls varsity volleyball MVP is an athlete who is a dedicated player and leader throughout the entire season. She led the team in effort, ability, and attitude during every practice and game. She was a joy to coach and a wonderful co-captain. Her steady presence on the court will be missed. Congratulations to Joan Carson.
Look at that smile. Well done.
Holy cow. Gonna get
Boys soccer MVP, Mr. Mackett stated, the boys soccer varsity MVP is a 4-year varsity player. He attracted direct attention from opposing players and coaches all year long. In fact, he often altered the way our opponents played defense. He drastically improved as a soccer player and also as a teammate over his 4 years here. He scored almost 50% of our team's goals over the past 2 seasons and hold a spot on the LFA records books for goals in one season with 29. He is a true striker whose speed is unmatched. We will wish him the best of luck at the next level. Congratulations to Ian Strobel.
Thank you.
The girls field hockey MVP was Cooper Sticks. This player is a 4-year standout on the varsity field hockey team. She helped the varsity team finish third in state her freshman year when she scored an integral one-on-one in overtime in the state finals. Since her freshman year, she's anchored the backfield, frustrating larger schools' offense and anchoring the offensive and defensive core unit. Congratulations to Izzy Moody.
we got a candidate on
Mr. Freeman states, this year's golf MVP spoke softly and carried a big stick, or rather, 14 big clubs. He was a consistent and dependable player at top of the lineup, regularly scoring in the 30s for 9 holes and medaling at both the Warren Invite and the Genoa Kingston Invite. He led by example, and that leadership will be missed next year. He is a model of dedication, hard work, and sportsmanship, and we are sorry to see him go. This year's MVP is Joel Carroll.
Thank you.
For girls tennis MVP, Ms. Graham stated, as selected by her teammates, this year's varsity girls tennis MVP embodied every aspect of what it means to be a leader. Never backing down from the challenge, she epitomized perseverance, determination, and dedication. Not only did she display passion in her own matches, but always displayed compassion towards her teammates and genuine excitement for their success. Her ability to always display a positive attitude in the face of adversity was admirable to not only her teammates, but to myself as well. She rightfully deserves this title. Congratulations to Anna Schiller.
played a vital part in helping to anchor a very stingy defense. Furthermore, his play on offense gave his teammates room to grow and perform with confidence. Lastly, he was just as vital in the kicking game as a kick returner. No doubt, he is truly a triple threat player. Congratulations to Denzel and
For the Door Award, Coach Pierce states, this player led and contributed on and off the field and was not afraid to be the vocal leader or do the hard work on the field. He understood his role and got most out of his minutes when called upon as a starter or sub. His work as a senior was very inspiring and a true pleasure to witness as a coach. He is one tough kid. Congratulations to Tommy Phillip.
There you go, Tommy.
Awesome, thank you.
Cheerleading MVP, Coach Payton states, the Cheer MVP award goes to the teammate who best exemplifies strong leadership and character under all circumstances. This teammate led by example with a strong work ethic and a positive attitude. Her coaches and fellow teammates could always rely on her to try new ideas and give a helping hand without complaint. Congratulations to Caitlin Bishop.
Coming in as a freshman, not only she broke 3 records, but she also brought a lot of energy and positivity to the team. She was always pushing herself to do better and cheering on her teammates at the same time. While her name will be on the board for the medley relay, 100-meter butterfly, and 100-meter breaststroke, her spirit impacted the team just as much. Congratulations to Hannah Leo. Introduce Camille and John to the stage to present the winner and MVPs.
Boys basketball MVP. Coach Kuhn says, throughout the course of the boys basketball season, the team MVP was a stellar example of what being an LFA student athlete is about. A relentless worker both on the court and in the classroom, his leadership helped lead the team to a very successful season. As a team captain who did an outstanding job of leading by example, we will miss everything that he brought to the program throughout his 2 years at the Cats. Congratulations to Mateo.
This player averaged a double-double for the season with nearly 19 points and 13 rebounds a game. She also led the team defensively defensively in blocks and steals, and was the second highest in assists per games. She is one of the hardest working players Coach Wood has ever met, and has been able to lead the team by example at practices and in games. It is also worth noting that although getting injured with 9 games left in the season, she was still recognized as second 5 all-area basketball team. Congratulations to Rama Akita.
Boys varsity hockey MVP. Coach Sabunis states, his freshman year he came out onto the team as a defenseman and played very well for us there for 2 seasons. As our team needs change, so did his role in the team as he was transitioned to the center position his junior year. Despite changing positions midway through his LFA career, he remained one of our most consistent players on the ice during his 4 years. His consistent play and work ethic during both games and practices set a great example for our younger players, and he was selected as a team captain for his senior year. Congratulations to Tommy Phillip.
Good job, Tom.
Thank you.
Girls Hockey MVP. The Girls Hockey MVP displayed her leadership on and off the ice, which made her a perfect captain. Every day, she would come to the rink and give 100%. Her hard work and dedication and positive attitude were vital to this year's season. She will be greatly missed next year. Congratulations to Elizabeth Kristoff.
As Coach Maiden states, this player is truly a 200-foot player and was used every game in key situations. His tenacity and team-first mentality is why the players look up to him and why he will be captain next year. He led the team with 64 points and looks to be even stronger next year. Congratulations to Harrison Scott.
This year, the award was a no-brainer. This player carried a 4.0 GPA, a mainstay in the orchestra, as well as being the most talented player on this team. What makes him special is that he's genuine and kind to everyone around him. Congratulations to Andre Roman.
Boys Squash MVP. As Coach Maiden says, he played at #1 for the season and won some very hard matches to secure our wins. He was a great team player during training sessions and was willing to train on court with all squad players when asked. Congratulations to John Tobin.
Their coach is in Ireland currently, so he's not back to take a picture with John, and Maybe John's an Iowa, who knows?
Girls squash MVP. She was a fantastic personality to have on the team. Always gave every session a match her 100% effort. She was a true team player who never missed a training session. Congratulations to Izzy Mooney.
Please.
Boys swimming MVP. As Coach Strogan states, this talented swimmer could swim any event, though his favorite stroke was backstroke. After this season, he holds an LFA record in 8 out of 11 events, including being a key part of 3 record-breaking relays. He broke the 22-year-old record in the 50 freestyle, going at 22.92 seconds, and broke the 23-year-old record in the 100 free, going 50.42 seconds, which is a 2.5-second drop from the old record. This year, we have an increase in intensity during practices, especially in lane 1 and 2. He has also introduced his teammates and coaches to a different style of practice music. We look forward to his continued impressive swings, wingspan, and breath control in the years to come. Congratulations to Ivan Makarek. Next for spring MVPs, I would like to welcome Lyle Roth and Connor Hudson.
Girls varsity basketball. Coach Gerber says this player has been with the program all 3 years. She's been a cornerstone for the team, not only in terms of performance, but also in terms of leadership, caring, and support of her teammates. As one of the captains this year, she enhanced the team's overall performance and individually finished the year with a singles record of 7-4 and a doubles record of 10-2. She will be missed next year, but it is our hope that she will visit us often, for LFA is only a short train ride north of University of Chicago. Congratulations to Ailey Bond.
Boys tennis MVP. Coach Graham states, this player has not only been a successful contributor to the team since he arrived freshman year, but has been a meaningful presence and effective leader all 4 years. Leading by talent, he turned LFA's tennis program into one well-known throughout the Chicagoland area. Leading by example, he demonstrated to both his teammates and competitors that win or lose, one can compete with grace. His ability to encourage his teammates and continually strive for improvement is truly second to none. It is no exaggeration that his absence will be greatly felt next year both on and off the court. Congratulations to Mason Phil.
Softball MVP. Coach Mckenzie says, on a team that had numerous players with strong years, this player stood out as the MVP because in softball or baseball, you can't win without pitching. She went 7-1 while also batting above 500. She had a knack for getting big outs with runners in scoring position, and her intensity on the mound was felt by players, coaches, and umpires. She will be tough to replace. Congratulations to Joan Harstrom.
Intensity.
Baseball MVP. Coach Rabarchuk states, on the mound, he struck out 2 batters per inning. As a hitter, he got on base 3 times a game. In the field, he used his exceptional range and arm strength to patrol the middle of the diamond. On the base paths, he terrorized the opponent. His greatest value to the team was leadership he provided. His willingness to mentor young players and share his knowledge will affect Caxi baseball for years to come. Congratulations to Matt Rosie.
On a daily basis. She outworked everyone on the field during practices and games and improved her local leadership this year. While she frantically locked down opposing players, there was a sense of calm and poise that she had once she won the ball. While fierce and competitive on the field, there are very few kids who possess her kindness and sincerity. Congratulations to Kiki Hood.
Volleyball MVP. Mr. Davis states, this player has been a starter on the varsity volleyball team since he arrived as a freshman and became our team captain as a senior. He has worked very hard to develop his skills over the past 4 years, both in high school and on his volleyball club team. He will have the privilege to play at the collegiate level at Erskine College in South Carolina. Congratulations to Josh Harrell.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Girls track MVP. Mr. Galata says, she scored the most points out of anybody on the team. She's a wonderful person and leads by example. She's versatile, running the 100, 200, 400, 4x100, 4x400, and anything else that we as a team need. She brings blazing speed to our team and helps her teammates by cheering them on. Congratulations to Kennedy Smith.
Boys track MVP. Coach Galata states, he has been a star athlete on the track team and he ran our best times for the 400 and 800. He scored many points for us with his versatility and his contributions will be greatly missed next year. Congratulations to Dieter Blades.
Way to go,
Coach
Dieter.
Galata says, this girl has grown so much in the past 2 seasons. Her leadership is always present, and she selflessly helps out others with their events and is present at every single practice and meet. Under Coach May's guidance, she has greatly improved and performed her very best of the last meet of her high school career. Her presence will be greatly missed. He led the whole team by example. He pushed himself during practice and worked hard during meets. This runner made his presence known by always being a positive influence on his peers. He led the underclassmen and showed them how to properly train and warm up before track. His qualities pushed his peers to be better, and he always pushed the top mid-distance runners to compete with him. Congratulations to Ananta Srivastava and Dieter Villegas.
boys lacrosse MVP, Coach Harvey states, this player finished the year 7-3 with a 6.20 goals against average and above a .700 save percentage. In our 4 conference games, he only let up 9 goals total. Additionally, he had a goal and 4 assists, all from the goalie position. He never missed a practice or a game and was constantly pushing his teammates and doing the right thing. It was a pleasure coaching him this season, and much of the team's success this season is due in part to his excellent performance and leadership. Congratulations to Chase Jones.
Coach Massey says, every time she steps onto the field, she gives nothing but her best. She is selfless, hardworking, energizing bun who never stops sprinting around ground balls, throwing crazy fakes, and scoring goals. The team looks to her during hard games, and she's always able to step up and play even better. She's a true competitor and played the season under a lot of different stresses and was able to rise above and still be the MVP of girls lacrosse. Congratulations to Lena Ansari.
Could I get a quick round of applause for my 6 speakers? Sorry, nothing. All right, so now we're to the point with the 9 varsity letter winners. And again, this every year is one of my favorites because at a school this size, we really depend on as many athletes and as many kids playing as many sports as possible. So when I call your name, please come to the stage so we can do a group picture and you can get your blanket. Elizabeth Kristoff. Aidan Dean. Jordan Karlstrom. Grace Kilburn. Annie Lee. Martin Meswoken. Swear Cindy. Alondra Areola. Izzy Moody. Lorenza Vasquez. Dina Villegas. Tommy Ford. And the 12 varsity seasons, Andre Roman. At this time, I just want to recognize a person who all year has been our athletic liaison between myself and the parents, and she does an amazing job. Over the last week, we've been going through as many pictures as possible, and she did all of the little ones in the frames and all the big ones that are sneaking around here. I couldn't do this job without her as far as dealing with the parents, and it's more, not in a bad way. She's incredible, so Christine Corsiglio would come up here. And now for the Bowles Award, I would like to call on MJ Alexander.
Hello, everyone. In memory of Sandra Bowles, who, as a loving parent and a fan of Lake Forest Academy, exemplified the true meaning of grace, spirit, and determination that can be found in all of us. This year's award is given to someone who I've known personally for many years, someone whose daughter drags her to LFA sports games on the weekend and after school, even when it's not her daughter's game. This parent never had a low spirit about watching these games, as she was always cheering the names of the students she knew, and personally, I remember looking over at the stands during a volleyball game and she would be cheering me on and supporting my team. Knowing this woman for about 5 years, I expect nothing less than her relentless support for her daughter, her billet son, and the school, and all that LFA has to offer them. I'm happy to give this year's award to Lisa and Brenda. Congratulations.
Okay, now we're going to recognize a few faculty. First, with some departing coaches, I'm just going to let you know what they've done at LFA, and it helps us so much to have faculty that coach in time after you teach a full day. Mr. Abbott, who is leaving after this year and would help out with volleyball. Jeremy Sands, who would help us with time in swimming. Mark Colstake, who was one of our tennis assistant coaches for both the boys and the girls at different times. And then someone who would love to get back, and not that we wouldn't get all four back before, is Alois Lucaton, who's going back home for a year, and we're hoping to get him back in a year. Would do track, never played volleyball, came in and said, I'd love to be the assistant coach, so I ended up coaching that for the year as well. So the last person on this list that's, he will be retiring at the end of this year. This one's going to be a little tougher. This gentleman has been a friend and a mentor for 12 of the 13 years that I've been here. And if you were around on Fridays, the students got to see two alums do video tributes to him during the morning meeting, and it kind of showed exactly what this gentleman is. The kids love this guy as a teacher, they loved him as a lacrosse coach. And when you think of him, you think kind, funny, caring, which as a parent of two students that had him, you couldn't ask for anything more. He was my lacrosse coach when I took over as AD, and I went up to him and just said I'd love to have a faculty member, knowing his history in lacrosse, and the name Bill Murphy around the country is well known as a coach and as an official who's done national championship games. And he's just an amazing man, and if you sit down with him for a while and listen to him tell a story, you're enthralled because he's an amazing public speaker, and the school is definitely going to miss this gentleman because he's an amazing human being. So, Bill Murphy, please come up. Amazing, I write stuff down and I don't say it. I get lost. There's two other faculty that I'd like to recognize tonight. And I wanted to do it at the end of last year, but neither one had made it public that they would not be coaching anymore. And I feel it's fitting this year to do it because they're still amazing in the community. They do a great job. The first one I had the privilege to interview with 14 years ago, and I sat with him in the garden room, and it's amazing I remember it, because he was cracking jokes the whole time, and it just seemed like we could have been on the same wavelength a lot. We were assistant ADs together for the first 6 years, and we'd go into department meetings, and it was, I don't think we got everything done because it was just him telling jokes and me laughing and Kevin Burson staring at both of us like we were 4 years old. And so it made it so much fun to be a part of this. And then as far as the basketball coach, he's done it for 20 years, and at the end of the year he just came in and said, you know, I want to spend a little more time with Claire, which is an amazing, I'll take father over coach any day. And so it was an easy thing to make that move for him. But if you ask about Matt Vaughn around the basketball world, they always say the same thing. What a really nice guy, what a great guy. He's fun to be around. And if you ask about his players, and being in Crown, a lot of kids come back, a lot of alums, and it's amazing the amount of kids that want to come back and see where Mr. Vaughn is and what's he doing, because he's had that great of an impact on their lives. I know he's probably not thrilled that I'm doing this right now, but he deserves to be recognized because he's an amazing guy. And I felt right away that I should bring back one of his favorite players, so Jaron Ames is going to present him with a gift.
Joke. Joke. Joke.
Jaron had a speech that he was also going to say, but it was pretty close to what I'd said. Other than we knew what a special guy he was, because every senior night we would bet how long it would take for Coach Vaughn to break down and start crying. It was usually the first player with under a minute. Which also shows you that he's bought into these kids. So it's been an honor to work with him, and I look forward to a lot more years of it. The second one is a gentleman who's coached baseball for 35 years. And after coaching hockey for 13, I don't know how he's done that, because it's an incredible number, especially in Illinois where most games are 28 degrees or 32 degrees. But this gentleman is dedicated, he's passionate about the sport, and his knowledge is unparalleled. And this year when I was coaching softball, I had a couple girls whose swings were off, And one night I just stopped by when he was on duty and asked him a few questions. And he fixed their swing just by what I was telling them. And it just shows you, you know, he's got that ability and he understands the game. He loves it. Both of his kids went on to play college ball. And my favorite story is still the guy that just came back to talk to us. And it's an alum who remembered going to an AC/DC concert with Mr. Wick, which I'm still trying to picture Mr. Wick at an AC/DC concert. But at this time, I've also called back one of his former players. I tried to get one of his sons to come up, but they're doing what Mr. Wick does, and that's coaching baseball tonight. And so they weren't able to get here, but I brought back his captain, Jake Stevens, to present him with something. All right, now we're going to get to the Athletes of the Year, and to start us off is John Freeman.
Thank you, Darren. It's an honor to present the Freshman Male Athlete of the Year award to a 3-season player and a tremendous young man. As the golf season progressed, so did his skills and consistency. After beginning the year squarely on the JV roster, shooting in the mid-40s, he dropped his scoring average, seemed like every week, earned his way to the varsity rotation by mid-season, and even earned a medal at the Fran Noyes Invitational, finishing 14th out of nearly 100 golfers. Even greater things are in store for him on the course. His hockey coach writes that as a first-year player, the adjustment to a faster, bigger game can be tough, but his willingness to learn helped him make great progress in his game throughout the year. A highly motivated player and only a freshman, we look forward to seeing how far he can take his game. And Ms. Graham writes, as a freshman on the boys varsity tennis team, he had his work cut out for him. He was thrown into various drills and matches with 3- and 4-year varsity players, but he always held his own. His dedication to learning from his teammates and coaches was impressive, as was his continual positive outlook. He was an excellent and contributing member to this year's team. And as I hope seems clear to all of you, clearly a deserving recipient of this award. So please congratulate the Freshman Male Athlete of the Year, Noah Siebel.
Good evening. The freshman female athlete of the year contributed significantly to 3 varsity teams. She's a talented and dedicated young lady who I spent years watching grow up and just kind of waiting for my chance to coach her. Coach Sheridan says that she worked hard at every practice, whether it was a 5-mile run or 800-meter repeats. She was constantly trying to hone her skills to become a better runner. Her hard work clearly paid off as she placed in LFA's top 5 in every race. When her race was over, she was always there to cheer on the rest of her teammates. She was a quiet leader who many teammates looked up to. We feel very fortunate to have had her on the team, and we look forward to watching her compete in cross country in the next 3 years. During basketball season, she quickly found her way into the starting 5, perhaps earlier than planned, but she more than held her own against many bigger and older opponents. As the only freshman on the team, she was typically quiet, but she worked hard and took instruction well. As coaches, we could always count on her presence and her commitment to the team. She has already logged a lot of minutes on the court, and I have have nothing but high hopes for her in the coming years. Coach Mckenzie says, she was a reliable and consistent contributor to the girls' varsity soccer team. She is fundamentally sound and worked hard to improve each day in practice. She has even begun to show leadership skills as a freshman on a senior-heavy varsity team. She definitely has a bright future with the program. It has been a great experience coaching this young lady in both basketball and soccer this year, and it's my pleasure to announce the Freshman Female Athlete of the Year, Lizzie Dosman.
The sophomore male athlete of the year. In prep hockey, he's a strong two-way hockey player who ended the year with 20 goals, 22 assists in 46 games. Unfortunately, 104 penalty minutes because he is an aggressive young hockey player. That will go down every year. His lacrosse coach states that he's a big reason for the team's success this year. His ability to control the tempo of the game and make a big save was key to their first conference title. He's the first LFA lacrosse goalie to take a penalty and score a goal in the same game. Congratulations to Chase Jones.
He must have gone coast to coast to score a goal as goal.
This year's female sophomore athlete of the year is a three-sport athlete competing in field hockey, ice hockey, and lacrosse. In all three sports, she is seen as a solid defenseman. She is smart, aggressive, and hardworking, who is always up for a challenge. In addition to her skills, this athlete is an incredible teammate, always putting the team's needs before her own while giving it her all each and every day. Congratulations to Annie Gifford.
All right, junior male athlete of the year. In prep hockey, he's one of the best hockey players on the ice every night because he wills himself to do it. He outworks everyone on the ice, and he led the team in scoring with 41 goals and 23 assists, and only 24 minutes in penalties chase. In lacrosse, he's the consummate offensive threat, but he plays the same way he plays in hockey, which is full speed ahead all the time and physical as possible. Congratulations to Harrison Scott.
He must really like it.
This year's female junior athlete of the year is one of those special athletes that should be honored coaching every once in a great while. She's a three-sport athlete at LFA. When I say three-sport athlete, I mean she excels in all three sports. As an ice hockey player, her coach says that it is her competitiveness and refusal to lose that sets her apart from her teammates. On the lacrosse team, her coach points out that while she is one of the most competitive and skills players on the team, her confidence as a leader drew underclassmen to seek her out for help. For field hockey, and what I would like to think is her favorite sport, it is difficult to know where to start the accolades. This athlete regularly carries our offense. She scored goals from ridiculous angles and kept us in games that we perhaps had no business being in. Her skill is something to be marveled at, as you regularly heard people on the sideline ooh and ah over her dynamic play. But what makes this athlete so special is her humble disposition. It draws everyone in and makes the whole team stronger. It is my honor to present this year's Female Junior Athlete of the Year to Lena Ansari.
In honor of next year's high school symposium, I'm going to tell you a Russian proverb. It's called "Сделай дело, гуляй смело," which figuratively translates to, if you put in the hard work, enjoy life without any remorse. This athlete was a 2-year captain in soccer. He was dedicated every single day. In swimming, he was phenomenal. Every day he put in hard work. Outside of sports, he was always present, so I don't know how he got to relax, but he always put in hard work. With track, he was a leader. All he did every single day was push himself. Even with a nagging injury, he still pushed himself. He started doing much better towards the end of the season last year, and then this year he did as well. He actually found out that the 200-meter dash is probably his better event now. He didn't do as much conditioning over the summer. He's a phenomenal person. He helped freshmen out when they were new to the system and new to what life was going on at LFA. He's a phenomenal human being. He's easy to talk to. I'd like to present the Senior Boy Award to Dieter Villegas.
There you go.
I'm pleased to present the award for Senior Female Athlete of the Year. Ms. Cooper writes, she was a 4-year starter for the field hockey team. Her passion, knowledge for the game, and leadership were contagious to underclassmen. She anchored the team on the defensive corner unit and was the primary hitter on the offensive corner unit. Her presence in the locker room and in the defensive backfield will be missed next year. Coach Rooney, the squash coach, says that she's a fantastic team player. Her work ethic is second to none, both in training and in competition. She's a great addition to any team that she joins. Lastly, the past 4 years, she has been a dominant player for Miss Whittigan on the girls' varsity soccer team. In fact, she really came off the field. She's among the toughest field girls I've ever coached. This year, she was one of the captains and has been a leader for many years. She will be greatly missed. The Senior Female Athlete of the Year, Tizzy Moody. Last year at this banquet, I stood up here and spoke about a gentleman that had passed away who was just an amazing person that I'd met here from the first day. And his name was David Mckenzie. He was called Mr. LFA. He was just an amazing man. It was funny when he had meetings up here and he ended up kind of hanging out watching soccer games and hockey games, and people would always look where he was, but you really didn't have to worry because he was kind of that person that just wanted to make sure the kids were getting everything they wanted, and I think he really enjoyed just watching what was going on. So I presented an award to the Dean's Council that should be in Mr. Mckenzie's name for all he's done at this school. And the Dean's Council came back with no-brainer. And so then it was the process, what do we do? Well, first we spoke to his family to see if we're on the same page, and fortunately we were. And so we've introduced a new award that will be given out at the end of every athletic banquet in honor of David O. Mckenzie, class of 1950. And so it reads like this, and there'll be a plaque hung in crown in his name and in his honor. David O. Mckenzie was a beloved teacher, coach, trustee, and life trustee who was an inspiration to all those associated with LFA because of his generosity and positive spirit. David O. Mckenzie Student Athlete Award is presented to the male and female senior student athlete who has exemplified tremendous dedication to LFA academics, athletics, and student life by demonstrating leadership, commitment, and humility. So when we decided to start doing this, and this award is basically picked by 4 people at LFA. It's going to be the athletic director, the dean of students, college counseling, and the head of school. Because it is that special of an award to myself and to the school and to those people. So I'm going to read both, and at the end I'll read both of their names. And to me, they're very special kids. The male winner is a 12 varsity sport athlete who was just inducted into the Cum Laude Society last week. His athletic and academic success at LFA came from hard work and dedication, as well as his respect for the school and everyone at LFA. He played on the prep hockey team for 4 years on one of the top lines and the varsity lacrosse team until this year when a shoulder injury forced him to move to track, where he proved to be a valuable teammate and distance runner. The female recipient is a 9 varsity letter winner, as well as achieving high-end academic successes at LFA. This athlete played tennis, hockey, soccer during her 4 years at LFA, and this year was captain on 2 of the teams she played on. Her impressive leadership, character, and compassion for her teammates made her a key member of any team she played for and was a clear choice for this award. It is with great pride that I announce this year's inaugural Mckenzie Award winners to 2 students that will be greatly missed, but have left a legacy for future winners to aspire to follow. Andre Hromick and Elizabeth Kristoff. Just a few announcements now and some thank yous, and then we can get into Kresge, where it's a lot cooler. That's why I love a hockey rink. First is, as most of the students know, Kira will not be returning next year. She's received a job with Dr. No, so onward and upward, and she's well deserving. We brought her back tonight to just say goodbye, so if we can get a round of applause for Kira. And then as far as some thanks, to catering for a great meal and setting all this up, as well as Debbie Lindstrom's crew. It takes a lot of people to make this work, and especially this afternoon when the winds were howling through here. They did a great job. During the season, to basically the people who make sure everything looks perfect, which is Danny, our grounds and now facilities guy, and Pat Dolan. They're amazing, and we're very fortunate to have them. To the parents, I know at times, especially in the winter, it's a tough season because with one gym and one rink, you never completely know what time your child is going to be done. But you have amazing kids, and the fact that I only spoke to one parent that had an issue this year is amazing to me. And I don't know if you're afraid to come speak to me, but if that's the case, then thank you. But it's amazing the time and commitment that the parents put in. We appreciate the team parents for every team, everything you do. So students, if you can please give your parents a round of applause. To our timers, thank you for all their work there and coming out and helping us get these games in. A lot of schools use students to get these things, so for you to be there and see your advisees and see the kids in your class, it means a lot to those kids. To my coaches, you're amazing. I'm spoiled. I'm so fortunate to have people that the majority teach 4 or 5 classes and then at the end of the day come down and coach and do an amazing job with these kids. So again, just so fortunate and grateful to have all of you. And to the students, again, you're the reason I do this job. You make me laugh. I become a fan at 3 o'clock every day. It's the best part of our day is when you show up and start playing your games and practices, because we see the real you. When you come down here, the classroom you're nice and quiet, I imagine. But when you come down, you bring life, you bring energy, you bring a lot of life to our building. And for me, who seems to have a surgery a year, it's amazing to have you guys there to support and help me. And I really appreciate every student at this school. I'm in awe of all of you. And lastly, to my department, we're losing Kira, which is tough, and we just hired Katie, and Katie's in the back. Please stand up. She gets to work with the best dancer and athlete at the school in David. And then to Mr. Dunn and Mrs. Arrowwood for all the hard work and helping me through the year. Again, I couldn't do this job without you, and I appreciate everything you guys do. Mr. Tennyson said just to remind you about rehearsals tomorrow, to be on time. Mr. Tennyson told me. Because tomorrow's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be in here again. It's supposed to be 70 degrees, which is a lot better than 90. And move-up day is just an amazing day around here. So make sure you're there. And now, if you can, the pictures that are on the table, if you'd like to take, all we ask is you leave the frames if possible. This is Porcelli Avato, so we'd like to keep them for another year. The big posters that are around the frames are loaned to us, but I'm going to take all the pictures out. I'll lay them outside my office, and if you want to come grab it, you can have that as well. And now to Cressy for a great talent show, and thank you. Thank you, all the MVPs. Please come to the stage really quick. Thank you.
Hey, here you go.